Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You can see I'm still in my special gaming cougar chair, and that's really helping me with my posture during this time where I am actually spending a lot of screen time and sitting down at my computer for hours and hours. Today I'm going to be talking about a blended learning model, what a weekly model looks like, and how we can promote connections with our students and our colleagues and the school community. So if you're interested in this topic, then please keep on watching. Okay, so recently I've been holding some live synchronous face-to-face summits on effective e-learning practices, and I've been really fortunate to actually have different educators from all over the world participate. I am going to hold one for the Americas, but I've done one for the Asia Pacific region, and I just finished one for the Africas, Europe, UK, Middle East region. The educators in these live summits have been sharing some wonderful ideas on how we can promote connection in this virtual online environment. So before I share their wonderful ideas with you, I wanted to first of all just show you this blended learning weekly schedule example so that you can actually see what a blended week could actually look like in terms of online learning. And there's 4 different elements here that are really important in a blended learning environment. So you can see there's connection, there's clarification, there's collaboration, and then we also want to promote critical thinking and conceptual thinking. So those 4 different elements. So I'm going to do a series of videos on the 4 different elements and share ideas with you on how to promote each of these elements. Today we're going to be discussing the connection, which I think is so important in the online environment. I think our students, our colleagues, and parents may feel quite isolated and disconnected from people and the community and society at this time. I know that some people have not been or not left the house in weeks, in months, and some people live by themselves, some people are with their families, and you know, it's a very challenging time. And so if we can promote any kind of human connection, I think that's really important. I think in terms of learning and a weekly schedule, I think it's important that we do have some face-to-face time with our students. Now, this does not mean running a normal timetable and seeing your students for every single lesson that you had in the brick and mortar situation, but it means that we need to have this human face-to-face interaction opportunity at least once a week, if not twice a week, for a short period of time. I know that some teachers are actually making videos of themselves and releasing that every day to their students and their class, and I bet that is the highlight of their students' day, to see their teacher. I think it's also beneficial for students to see each other, and so if we can create some time in the week for students to see each other, to see the teacher, and to have some kind of synchronous face-to-face time. It doesn't have to be focused on academics, and it could just be sharing a lunch together or sharing their breaks together. Okay, so I'm going to share some of these wonderful ideas with you. I've got my glasses on so I can actually see and read them. So some of the ideas that we had were with holding morning meetings for students with their peers and teachers, and I know that many primary schools are actually doing this. So every morning they meet for about 15 minutes in the morning just to touch base, just to connect, and of course that only works if you're in the same time zone. I know that there are some schools where students and teachers are scattered all over the world, and so if there is a common time in the day where you can just connect for 10 minutes even, I think that would really benefit student well-being and also teachers' health and well-being. So another suggestion here I'm going to read is that during this time, share some personal things with each other, get to know each other a little bit more, so it's not just about the academics and covering content. And another strategy that somebody suggested was using different grouping strategies with different age groups, so that we can have older students maybe mentoring the younger students. I think it's a great idea to actually partner your students up, whether it's in your class or whether it's across different grade levels, so that your student always least has someone to go to bounce ideas off, whether it's to complete a learning experience or learning engagement, or whether it's just to talk. I think it's important that we try to create those mentoring opportunities. So some other suggestions here are group according to interest or the particular task, emotional check-ins, and I think they're pretty important. If you haven't heard from your student for an extended period of time, you know, it might be a great idea just to reach out and say, I'm really worried about you. Is everything okay? Is there anything I can do? And even just to call them, either video call or phone call, and just to check in to see that they're okay. We know that a lot of teachers and students are isolated at the moment, not in the brick and mortar situation, and so just well-being check-ins are really important as well. Some other really great ideas I'm going to read out here: read aloud every Friday followed by a discussion, have students share what they've done with a classmate, so that's like the pairing up and the mentoring, or even just having a thought partner, I think is a great idea. Asking students how they're doing, trying to get at the social emotional aspect. I think that we really need to address students' well-being and social emotional aspect of this situation that we're in. Some students have been experiencing this for 9 weeks now. So I think in the beginning, maybe we focused a lot on the academic learning. Now we really have to think about the pastoral and the well-being of our students. So I've got some other suggestions here I'm going to read out. A flip grid challenge, and check-in meetings as well. I think just, you know, seeing your classmates and your teacher face to face is just a wonderful way for us to be able to have that sense of belonging. So there are some ideas about phone calls initially, or a personalized voice record for younger students, or pre-recorded morning message, which we've mentioned. Lots of teachers are alone, and so I've heard that there are lots of pub quizzes going on, and I think humor is something that we could use now to try and relieve some of the challenges that we're going through. And so I know that I'm receiving lots of funny videos and funny memes just to kind of like lift my spirits up every day. So a couple more suggestions that I really love: pajama days, online assemblies, parent workshop, and also just providing, you know, that support for parents as well, who are probably trying to work at home while their children are at home as well, and trying to just deal with so many challenges in their day. So thank you to everyone that's been attending my live summits, and for all of those really wonderful ideas. I'm going to be holding one for the Americas region for that time zone soon, and I'll keep you posted with the details. It's free, it's live, it is synchronous. It's 3 hours, but I promise the 3 hours goes really quickly, and it's just a lovely way for us to be able to share our experiences together and connect. So I really hope to see you next time. Bye.